welcome to the replay. I will be right with you. I will be right with you. Hey there, I'll be right with you. Hi there, this is Susan Tapley with Couture, and tonight I am here to give you a quick demonstration of how to make a beautiful sign using Couture transfers. Hello, Miss Leslie, thank you for joining me tonight, and I am looking forward to seeing you tomorrow morning so we can do the same project. So this is going to be kind of fun. So what I'm working on tonight is one of our transfers called Let It Snowman. It is super, super cute. And I'm going to be having a project workshop tomorrow morning to have a few people over to do this project. So I'm really looking forward to that. And this is one of those transfers that is going to be retired at the end of January. So if it's something that you like, be sure to jump on my website and get it. Or if you would rather, I can certainly order it for you. So I'm going to get started in just a second. Oh, tomorrow night. Yes, that is correct. Sorry about that, Leslie. I have some people coming tomorrow in the morning too. So let me get my camera set up so that you can see what's going on here. Get that. Let's see if I can do all the little things I have to play with here. Picture in picture. And let's see if I can get this to work tonight. That's wrong. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Someday I'm going to get this right. Switch those. Double click this. I'm sorry, you guys. Bear with me. Okay. Put that there. Push this over here, and I think I got it. I did it! All right. I don't know why I have such a hard time with that. But it seems like just about every time I go live, I do have a tough time. So this is called Let It Snowman, and you can see that it's got the letters S-N-O-W, and we're going to turn this snowball right here into a really, really cute snowman and add some snowflakes and something really fun that we can do with this Let It also. So if you are just hopping in, be sure to say hello and S-H-A-R-E this video with your friends so they can see all about what we do at Couture. This is a workshop I've been looking forward to for a long time, but guess what? It's going to be the last of my snow or winter themed transfers. So hopefully it's a really nice one. So this is a cut apart transfer. I'm not sure if you can see where you are, but there are lines that go around the designs in here. which we are going to take our handy dandy scissors and cut out along those lines. So, doesn't matter if you're exactly on the lines at all. Does not count if you go outside the lines in my class. There we go. I'm just going to separate these up a little bit. Okay. So what did you do today, Leslie? I know what you did. You chased babies all day. God bless your heart. Leslie has a daycare in her home, and that's a tough job. That's a really tough job, and I'm sure she's really good at it too. So these are the letters for snow that I have cut out so far. I'm going to put the other ones to the side till we need them a little bit later. And I'm going to pull one of the letters up close so that you can see what I'm looking at right here. Of course, there's a shadow, but right there, that's what we call a registration mark, and it's actually an opening in the screen where we're working with our silk screen transfers, and all of the areas that you see in white are screens that our chalk paste goes through, and it almost looks like works like a stencil, but the screen gives you a lot more detail than you could ever possibly get with a stencil. So, oh, you got the day off and you were prom dress shopping. I totally forgot you were going to do that, but you did tell me that. Okay, so sometimes our stickies. It's going to be one of those nights where I can't talk. Sometimes our transfers are very, very sticky, and this one seems to be pretty sticky. So what I'm going to do is something called fuzzing, and what fuzzing does is it softens the adhesive that's on the back of these transfers. They are reusable, and if you take good care of them, you can use them over and over again. And by fuzzing them, you can just attach them to a towel or a t-shirt or your pants. Anything where the adhesive can grab a little bit of fiber from, just to soften the adhesive just a little bit. So I am going to, what I'm planning to do is to put a bow on this side of the design board. And what I'm using is it sort of looks like a cabinet door. It's a reclaimed door front. That's what it's called in my website, in case you wondered. But I'm just going to attach the W. It's pretty easy to line up because of the lines and the carvings in the wood right here. Helps a lot. So I'm going to put that down and rub it down nice and smooth. Some people like to wax all of the surfaces that they use that are not chalkboard surfaces. Sometimes I will recommend that, especially if it's like a chalkboard that you purchase in a Hobby Lobby or another craft store, because sometimes they are actually painted cardboard, and our sticky transfers can pull the paint right off of that and leave you with a big mess. So if you want to avoid those kinds of problems, you might want to wax. So this one here also has a little registration mark in the corner, which I'm going to layer on top of this registration mark. So let's remove this one. Oh, and gosh, I didn't even write on the back. Leslie, you're supposed to remind me of these things. Hey everybody, if you're just hopping in, say hello. So this one I'm going to put an O, and I'm going to put Snowman face on it, so I remember which transfer goes on here, and my initials, so that I know this is my transfer, and my carrier sheet, so ST on the front and the back. I'm going to ST on here, and I'm going to write on the back of the carrier sheet that this one was on. So if you've ever talked with me before, you know why I do this. I always write the name of the transfer on the back, so obviously I know which transfer goes back on which carrier sheet. It also reminds me that one side of this transfer is super smooth and slick and shiny. Not sure if you can see how shiny that is, but it's kind of like the backing of a sticker. And you want to always replace your transfer on the shiny, slick side of the transfer after you've washed it and dried it, so that it keeps it safe and you can use it again and again. So this was the W and my initials. And I'm going to do these before I forget. Don't let me forget. See if it goes that way. Initials on the front. And the S. And ST. Sorry, my bad. That's for sure. Okay. So I've got my W down already. I'm going to take the O back off of the carrier sheet. Did I even take it off? And this I'm going to fuzz up a little bit too, as well as all of the other letters. So this is actually a Chalk Couture fuzzing cloth. So the side that feels like terry cloth is what you fuzz on. The other one's more like a microfiber, and that's what you could leave your transfers on to dry. Dries them very nicely. So that should be good. Just have to find that registration mark. Sometimes they're a little hard to see. Yeah, a little bit. As long as it's in the right neighborhood, I'm happy though. That looks pretty good. Put that down. Ah, darn it. Okay, so I didn't think these were going to overlap, but I think they are a little bit. So I'm just going to fold the transfer back so that all of that W is exposed. That worked good. Okay, so when you're working with a big open area like this one in the O, it's really important that you get it as smooth as you possibly can and as tight to the surface as possible, because sometimes it ripples a little bit and leaves kind of a blob. So if you can get that nice and tight, as tight as you can, all the better. Just a spot right here. And try not to stretch it too. It happens. Okay. So the squeegee really helps to do this if you use it. I usually start from the middle and work my way out towards the edges to get them as smooth as possible. So if you have any bumps or bubbles on the blue area, that doesn't matter quite so much because you're not chalking that area. That looks like it's as good as it's going to get. Hello, Miss Mary. How are you tonight? Mary, who met her husband at Forest Park. And he wasn't in a cage. Hi, Bobby. That was a really fun question. Did you guys all see that? I just posted a question on my business page yesterday asking. It was something like, if you were going to marry your husband in the same place that you met him, where would it be? And Mary was Forest Park. Hi, Christine. Ah, this one also is a little too big for. Trying to do this all in one sweep rather than having to tape it and pick them all up and down all the time. So let's see if I can do it. So these are sticking to themselves a little bit. This isn't going to work. All right, I'll have to do those two first. And then I'll work my way into the other ones. It's not worth ruining the transfer over to have it all stretched out. Okay, so we're going to start with the O and the W first. Maybe I'll just take the O off because I'm not 100% happy with where it is. But I like the W. Okay, so the W's down nice and smooth. And I'm going to do that ombre technique on here. You guys have seen me do that before. So my plan is to do a darker blue on the top and a lighter blue on the bottom. Just make sure I'm on the screen here. So that we have an ombre look. So I'm going to grab my two colors. This is Forget Me Not Blue. Super pretty. Christina, I miss your face. I haven't seen you in a while, girlfriend. I have not seen you. But I know it's winter and you have to be to that terrible place you go every single day. So Christine works, I believe it's where they keep the salt for the roads and things like that. Hello, Miss Patty Snyder. Patty and Christine, I was just thinking today that I need to get moving on Bayside. I host a retreat on the Cape every year for a whole bunch of ladies who love to scrapbook, and it's so much fun, and I have not had a chance to get my act together and get all the information out that I need to. So it's on my mind. It's going to happen, I promise. Miss Patty, how are your baby girls? She has the cutest twin granddaughters. Oh my gosh, can't stand it. A couple of my friends are posting their babies on Facebook today, and oh my gosh, I just need a baby fix. I had a new baby in our family for quite a while. I guess 3 years is our youngest, right? Okay, that's good and stirred out. Now I'm going to get the darker blue, which is right here, and this is Liberty Blue. Don't think this one is available any longer, but there is something that is similar to it, so fear not. Fear not. Patty, you're moving to Vermont? That surprises me. I thought you really loved living on the Cape. What brings you to Vermont? Is it the babies? That would be worth moving to Vermont for, I guess. Okay, those are pretty good. All right, we ready to get started? So if you haven't seen the ombre technique before, this is really fun and it looks beautiful. So what you're going to do is, like I said before, I'm going to go about, I think I'm going to go a little further than halfway down with the darker blue, and then I'm going to do some of the lighter blue towards the bottom. Then I'm going to blend the colors together using a damp finger. So we're just going to start with the blue, the darker blue Liberty, and I'm just going to spread that over the top part. I think I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way down, like right about here. So the areas that are teal don't need to be chalked at all. Only the white areas are open. So those are the only part that are going to take any of this chalk. I just realized I should have put a piece of tape under there, but I'll have to grab it after. Oops. Okay, now I'm going in with the Forget-Me-Not. And I'm not going to touch the dark blue with it. I'm just going to go pretty close. I'm putting a pretty thin coat on here because I usually can tell how quickly it's going to dry, depending on how fast I'm working, the temperature in the room. Humidity has something to do with it too. But hopefully I don't eat my words because I do have to put a little piece of something under here. You don't want it to dry while you're still working. Put that there. Put a little plop of blue on it. Okay, so here's my water. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit on my finger and then tap it off so my finger's just slightly damp but not really wet. And just swirling motions, I'm going all across the design like so. A little more. So where the two blues meet now are blended. Blended. Okay, we'll pull that transfer up. Yeah, it looks good. Love it. Love, love, love it. All right, so I can barely see where that little mark was. I had a feeling that was going to happen, but I should have done it in a bright white color. So I'm going to open my white so that I can do that too in a minute. So let me get my stuff going here. Cover these up a little bit, and we'll get back to it. All right, so I'm going to dry this a little bit first. Hi, Libby, how are you tonight? I'm going to dry this first, and what I'm using is a heat tool, and this is what I use a lot of time for embossing when I'm making cards and things like that. You can use this if you're very careful. It's super high heated, concentrated heat, and you don't want it to like sit in one place for very long. If you do, you could even boil your chalk and make it look bubbly, and that's not pretty. It's very hot. You can even burn yourself. So if you have one, keep it moving. If you don't have one and you want to dry things quickly, grab your hair dryer. It works just as well. So here we go. Alright, looks like it's dry already. And we'll turn that off for now. So as I stand, I can see there's a little mark on this piece of tape that I put on. And the reason I did that was so I will know where to line up the next piece. They're little registration marks. Let me see if I can see it again. It's right here. It's really hard to see. Anyway, I need another jar of chalk for that. I'm just going to dry this quick. Okay. Next time, remind me to mark that. Okay, so next is the O, which is going to look like our adorable little snowman face when we're done. And I had folded this over because I thought I could put them all on at once, but no such luck. So I'm going to try to line up this registration mark if you didn't see it earlier. See if I can show you again. There's a little tiny, oh sorry, it's hard to do this. Where's my camera? There it is. That little like star shape next to my initials. And those are used for lining up things that you're working on, like letters. I've seen them used for things like faces. And in this case, we're going to put our little snowman head right on that spot. And I'm using the little cuts on the board here as a guideline to make sure that it's nice and straight too. So that's a good thing about this kind of surface here. Okay, that went down easier that time. All right, so believe it or not, I am going to go over this in white, and I'm going to do a little ombre on this as well. This is a technique that I learned from a friend of mine to do this face that I thought was so cute. Guys, don't let me forget the tape under the mark. Can you see this all right? See if I can zoom in a little. Okay, there, a little bit closer for you. Put a little piece of tape under here so I can mark that with the white as well, because that helped a lot. And I'm going to open another white. This one has more in it. So are you guys missing all the Christmas decorations and such? Did you put your tree, take your tree down, put it all away yet? I've heard some people that still have their stuff up. Like, ugh. I'm kind of over that by this time of the year. But some people will put Valentines on them. I don't know if I would go that far with a big tree, but maybe a small one. Okay, my white's all mixed up, and I'm going to do, I need that. I'm also going to need gray. So I'm going to do that ombre effect once again, but the center of the snowball is going to be white with gray around the edges. If I just did it in white, it wouldn't define itself on this white surface. So this is going to make it look like a little bit more defined. It's going to kind of make it look a little old-fashioned too. So I'm excited to see how it comes out for me. Are you ready? Mary, are your neighbors home yet? I'm dying to hear how this saga ends. Mine's all the way. Good for you, Libby. Yep, Mary, you too. All right. So, Mary, is it okay if I tell them my story? What happened at your house? I don't think she'd mind. Anyway, Santa stopped by Mary's house and left her a package on her porch. It was a cute little wrapped gift, something Santa saw that he thought she would like, and wrapped it and put it in a box by her front door with a card. I don't know if Santa put her name on the card, but anyway, Santa had the wrong house. So I'm not sure what happened to it. So we're thinking we might know where it is. Waiting for warmer weather. Oh, Mary, I wonder if it's still on their porch. Did you check? Anyway, I hope she gets it. I thought she would like it. Okay, so I'm going to start in the center and work my way to the edges of this circle, which is a snowball. Oh, not with the gray though, with the white. That would be a weird looking snowman. Okay, I'm going in there. I'm going to scoop quite a bit of this. It is perfectly okay to use way more chalk paste than you need. And the reason is because most of the excess gets scraped right back off and put into the jar. So there's very, very little waste. This is kind of like frosting a cake, you guys. Just going and smoothing it all around. And I'll go back and scrape off the excess in the center in a little bit. Like, where's my paper towels? So this is where I'm going to go in with the gray and just go right around the edges with it. And then I'm going to go around with my damp finger one more time and create that little ombre look. I think it'll look really neat. Who would have thought I'd make a grayish snowman? You guys seen that Frozen movie? I saw the first one, but not the second one. She lived on her porch. Somebody I bet really liked your diamonds, right? That wouldn't even be funny. I wouldn't be laughing if it was something like that. Okay, we're almost around all the way to the edges. All right, so let's see if I can scrape any of that off. It's not really probably worth scraping off. There's not that much. A little bit. I don't need to do it all, but okay, let's get that finger wet. Oops, I gotta scrape off the white first. Okay, we're gonna go back in and plow off most of that white. See how much I scoop off? Comes right back off. It's hard to see if there's any left on this color. Okay, here comes my, ooh, my finger's still blue from the last thing I did, so I'll have to use a different finger. Okay, here we go. Swirly, swirly, swirly all the way around his face. This will be a snowman face eventually. Okay, I think we've got it. All right, I'm gonna need a bath after this job. The first one sucked? Oh my goodness. I don't think it sucked really. Okay, I put the tape down, but I didn't mark it. Guys, help me here. Okay, here we go. Aw, it's cute. There we go. There we go. Let me dry this up. We'll go back and put the details on him after I finish the letters. Don't get it on my shirt. I'll try. I know. The other day I was live and I didn't wear my apron, which I did tonight. And wouldn't you know, that would be the night I'm stirring the chalk paste like crazy and it went all over my shirt. It did wash out though. All is well. Alright, that's good. I can barely see this little registration mark. I'm going to go in there again and hit it with my squeegee. I seem to see it better that way. One sec. So the reason I'm using tape is because I'm not sure I could wash it off this chalkboard because it's a porous wood surface. But you can just take the tape off when you're done. Alright, it's time to go in with that N, which is right here. And I'm going to start by lining it up with that mark that I left. Yeah, it really works better if I use that bigger blob. Thanks. That's about it. Looks pretty straight. Rub that down nice and smooth, and we're going to go in with that same technique to do the ombre. So we're going to start again with the darker blue at the top. I'm going to leave it a little heavier this time. I'll sew about 3/4 of the way down. Like so. And then I'll come in with the lighter blue. There's so many colors out, I don't have any room here. And we'll go in with the lighter blue here. Working on wood feels a little different than it does with the chalkboard. That feels fine. Okay, I'm going to scrape off the excess navy up top. Liberty. I should say Liberty. And get that blue finger going again. Tap it off. So my finger isn't like drippy wet, it's just damp. Nicely blended. And we'll pull that up. Ta-da! Okay. If you're just coming in, please say hello. Let me know where you're from too. That would be interesting to see how far and wide we're getting the message about Couture around. That would be fun. Okay, so look at me. I'm a mess. Ah! Let me see if I got another paper towel here. I can clean myself up a little bit, and then we'll do the S, and then we'll put the details on that snowman's face, which I'm excited to do. Just washing my hands a little to the side here. It is messy, messy. At least it's not on my shirt, right, Leslie? All right, so our last one. Oh, I didn't mark it. Gosh, you guys. Let me dry this up a little bit, and we'll figure that out. There we go. It dries really quickly, but definitely makes it go faster if you have a dryer or a heat tool like that one. All right, so I'm just going to replace this on lightly so I can put a mark so I know where to put the S. Okay, back there. It goes right about there. Okay. Fortunately, that was the last one of those I needed to do because I'm not doing a very good job remembering to put them on there. So, okay, let me dry this for just a sec and we're ready to roll. So did you guys have the day off from work today? I know Christine did. Some people were lucky enough to get the day off. My husband had to work today. I work for myself, so I didn't take the day off, but I was busy. I was busy. All right, let's find the S. Hey, Miss Nancy. Nice to see you. So I realize I haven't been fuzzing a couple of these letters, so I'm going to fuzz this off right here. Make sure that I get a little bit of fiber on the back of this transfer. They are pretty sticky. One of the things I may have done, as we were talking about waxing our surfaces earlier, thinking on it now, I probably would or should have waxed this because I have a few spots where it's a little bit, the colors ran just a little bit, and probably the wax would have prevented that from happening, but it's not bad at all. Not worried about it. So tomorrow there will be wax. You didn't work today, Christine? Good. Good for you. Hope you did something good. Okay, right about there. Doesn't look straight for some reason. I'm going to move it a little bit. Nancy, you had the best answer to my question yesterday. I knew what you were talking about too. I'm not going to say it though, but I know what you were talking about. Okay, we're going to finish up with this S, and then we're going to do the snowman face, and then tie a pretty ribbon, and add one more thing to this to make it all complete. So here we go with the blues again. Let's get that darker blue up on top. You guys, this is one of the transfers that is leaving the line on January 31st or while supplies last. It's going into retirement. I'm not sure if it'll be coming back next fall, but if you would like one, please let me know, or you can go right to my website, which is right down there, and you can order this. Super cute transfer. And the blue. The lighter blue. I like the name of this one, called Forget Me Not. Can you see where I'm going? Yeah, you can see. Okay, so this one is just, everything's covered, and all you're doing is spreading the chalk over the open areas and scraping off the excess to put back into the jar to use for another project. Scrape this off. Okay. And I'm wetting my finger just a little tiny bit with some water. Trying to do it off to the side. I don't want to get my design wet. So I just tap it off on a paper towel, and then you go in and you blend the two colors together right where they meet to get that ombre effect. Isn't that pretty? Okay, we're going to pull that off. Scared myself with that tape there. Ah, what is that? Here we go. It's looking pretty cute, you guys. Pretty cute. My hands, on the other hand, not so much. I keep losing my towel. There it is. Clean this mess up a little bit before I go any further. What are you thinking? I'll back it up so you can see the bigger picture too. See if I can do it from here. My fingers are wet. Let me stand up so I can see the screen a little bit. Oh, low battery mode, of course. Okay, that's why. There we go. That'll give you a little bit better view of the whole shebang. Okay. All right, it's looking good. A couple little spots here I got to touch up. All right, so this should be nice and dry by now. So I'm going to put the blues away, cover these up, and we'll get started on the details for his face and maybe add a few little snowflakes too. Put the covers on those. You should always try to keep your chalks covered as much as possible. Exposing them to air kind of causes them to thicken up a little bit and get, so you need to add water and mix them all more and do all that good stuff. So here is the details that I have. I've got the words "let it." I have 2 sets of snowflakes. We have the eyes. Oops, sorry. Let it snow, the snowflakes, the eyes, the mouth, and the carrot. So we're going to start by cutting these all apart. Let me grab my scissors. They're here somewhere. They are. And again, you're just cutting on the lines that are marked on the transfer. And then we will write on them what each piece is and initial them so we know those whose transfers they are and what side to replace the pieces on the carrier sheets. So cut up. So I've got my marker out. My Sharpies, always handies. And I'm going to write "Let It" and my initials on the back and also my initials on the front. Snowflakes. Initials. More snowflakes. Hey Cindy, how are you tonight? Carrot nose. Do you guys watch Netflix? My husband and I just started watching a series called You. Oh my goodness. It's pretty good. It's a little intense. But they always end the episode where you want to watch more. So it must be a good show, right? I'm going to write snowman mouth on here. Snowman smile. And again on the front. So, if while you are watching this, you are interested in getting this transfer, please again let me know. Just write transfer in the comments and I'll get in touch with you to see how I can get you one. If you are interested in getting paid to do what I do, just like this, go live on social media or do project workshops, however you want to, I can help you get started as a Chalk Couture designer. And I also have a Chalk Club that what we do is we send everyone a transfer. It's an exclusive transfer that we send out once a month with a couple of paste packets that only our club members can get to. So if you're interested in that, like, write club in the comments. Okay, I'm going to start with the nose. And I'm going to fuzz all of these pieces, especially because I am layering them over an area that's already been chalked. So because they're so sticky sometimes, if you don't fuzz them, they have a tendency to pull up the chalk that's underneath it. So you want to be sure that those are good and fuzzed. And I'm just using a terry cloth fuzzing towel. This is a Chalk Couture product. However, you can use a bath towel, a dish towel, your t-shirt, your jeans, or your small children, whatever you have that's nice and fuzzy. It's Y-O-U. Y-O-U. Oh, you're watching it too, Leslie? Oh my gosh. Alright, so I think the carrot should come right about in the middle of his face. I'm going to tip it up just a little tiny bit. Right about there. And I do have some orange chalk called orange peel. I'll just need a little tiny bit of this. Stir that up just a little. Not going to worry about stirring the whole thing because I just need a little tiny bit. That's good. Get the squeegee and we'll do the carrot. I'm just taking a mini squeegee and spreading this on. Guys, if you haven't done this before, it's like buttering toast. You really just spread the chalk on, scrape off the excess, and pull the transfer off and you're done. All right, here comes the nose. Ta-da! I had a feeling everything we put on here is going to make it look cuter and cuter. My transfers I'm just sticking on my tablecloth. It looks like a mess back here, but it works. Y-O-U. Yes, very scary. Not scary, but it's you know what's going on through the whole thing, so it's not like a secret, but I think knowing what's happening is sometimes scarier than the unknown. Alright. So that should be dry. Looks good. I'm going to do the eyes next. The eyes are important because you can make them look really kooky if they're not in the right place, right? So again, I'm going to fuzz the eyes, make sure those are not too sticky. When you wash them, the stickiness does come back, in case you wondered. And to wash the transfers, all you do is you put them under lukewarm water. You can rub them clean with your hand. We have something called a board eraser. I have one here. This is what a board eraser looks like. It's kind of like a magic eraser, but there's no chemicals involved, so it's safe to use on your transfers. It won't do any harm to them, but it cleans your transfers and your chalkboards beautifully. And then you dry them sticky side up, and they're ready to go again and again. So, oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm nervous about the eyes. It's a leap of faith. I'm just going to put them right there, a little bit on an angle, just like the nose. And I'm going to do those in black. Intense, yes. Yeah. Yeah. I just want to sit down and binge watch the whole thing. I'm not even sure how many episodes there are, but they're really good. So what I'm doing is stirring up the black chalk paste here. I need just a little bit of that for the eyes. And I'll probably do the mouth in that color too. So grab a little bit of black, cover that openings. Scraped off all the excess, and we'll pull that transfer right off. Da-da-da-da. Oh, he's cute. Super cute. And we'll dry that and do the smile. Okay, you just started the 3rd season. I'm not sure what season I'm in, Leslie, and I don't want to tell you which episode I just saw because other people will want to see it too. I don't want to spoil it. Don't want to spoil it. It's a good show. Alright, so let's get that smiling face on there. Then we have something else to chalk as well as a pretty bow for this piece, and it will be complete. So trying not to do everything off screen here, sorry, but I'm fuzzing up the smile. Fuzz, fuzz, fuzz. How do you wash the stencils? Well, you put the transfers under lukewarm water. I usually do them in my kitchen sink. You don't want to use hot water because that can stretch or shrink your transfers. So you just put them under lukewarm water and kind of scrub them clean. And I was saying just a couple minutes ago, if you have this, it's called a board eraser. They're available on my website. They're like $2.50 for 2 of them. These clean the transfers beautifully. So you want to scrub off all of the paste that's remaining on both sides of the transfer, and then you dry them sticky side up and replace them back on the white carrier sheets that they came on. So they can be used over and over again, which is a really beautiful thing about this. So here comes the smile. You can see where the carrot is. I don't want him to look like a crazy snowman. Although, I don't know. I'm just going to take the leap of faith right here, maybe. Put it off sideways a little bit. Oh, I kind of like it that way. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, a little bit further up. I'm so afraid to put this in the wrong spot. Alright, that's going to be it. I've committed. Okay, here we go with that black again. And this should be a quick swipe of my chalk. Scrape off the excess. And we'll pull that off. He's cute. What do you think, guys? I love him. Love, love, love him. Dry him up a little bit. Libby, I'm not sure what you want to start with. Do you want to start by chalking, or start by becoming a designer, or start washing your transfers? I'm not quite sure what your question is. I think this is super cute. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it a little bit better. Let me see if I can pull my picture back up here and switch them. Okay, I'm going to pull this up so you can see it again. It's really adorable. All right, I'm going to move this to the side because, well, let me show you what I'm going to do first. I have a plan to finish this up. And let me go back up here, see if I can switch it back over. Oh, sorry. Oh, my gosh. I'm terrible. Okay, I got it. Okay. All right, so what I'm planning to do is put a ribbon over here, and I've got a couple. I've got this really pretty blue that I could use. I have this one, which is white, and it's got some silver sparkles in it. And there's one more somewhere. It's jumped off the table. And this one is also blue with silver. So I'm going to put one of those over here when I get there, but I also want to put a little tag on here so that it's up here, and we'll put the words "Let It Snow" on the tag. So, Libby, you want to do it all? We can help you with that. I'll be happy to get in touch with you. So, okay, let me get my Let It transfer out. Where'd it go? Oh, there. Oh, goodness. I think I might have lost it. All right. Bear with me. I'm going to go check and see if it fell off the front of the table. Sure did. Okay, I've got it now. All right, I'm gonna move the board away from here for now, so I can show you how I'm gonna do the tag. All right, so there's my little tag, and I know I can't fit "Let It Snow" all on there at one time, so I'm gonna do the word "Let It," and then I'm gonna move the whole transfer and do the "it" next to it. Does that make sense? Okie dokie. Yeah, look. Yikes. Okay, it just fell. It's all right though. This is a really cute project. I'm loving it. So here is my "Let It." I'm just gonna fuzz this one or two times. These are some chalkboard tags that my husband and I made together. And I'm glad I have enough for this class. Move that away for now. So I'm going to start with "Let It." I want to go pretty close to the end there. Maybe I should start with the "it." Yeah, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. Let it snow. That looks pretty centered. And there's a little piece of dust right in here. Not a big deal, but might as well take it out, right? Okay, let's get that white chalk paste. I'm getting a little low on this. I might need a new jar tomorrow. And again, I'm just going to scoop. Don't worry about taking more chalk than you think you need, because you're always going to scrape off the excess. Take your rubber squeegee and spread it over the design, much like you would do if you were buttering toast. So I'm just doing the word "let" because I'm going to take the transfer off and then move it after I dry it a little bit. So that's been scraped. Excess is back in the jar, and I'm going to peel that back. Oh, I really love this project. Shelly, how are you tonight? I hope you're feeling better. I said it dries so quickly, isn't it? Shelly and I were just in Arizona together, and a whole bunch of the people we were with there came down with the flu, including Shelly. I hope she's feeling better. Alright, so now I'm going to put the word it in there. Let it. I guess I'm going to have to move that till I see exactly where it is. Shouldn't matter at all. Can't really see through this to know that I'm in the right place, but you can kind of feel the edges. I think we're good. Alrighty, getting there. Poor Shell. I think Timmy's still down with it. We have a couple of friends that were there with us too, and they're really sick. Okay, so I'm just doing the word it now beside it. And I'm going to peel that back. Okay, so this design was actually inspired by a mutual friend of Shelly's and I's. I love the way that she did her Let It Snowman. So I borrowed some of her ideas from her. So there's the Let It. I got a little piece of chalk right there. That, oh, came right off. Let It. Let's see how it looks on the sign. Okay. There we go. There's way too much stuff on my table tonight. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that up here and attach it to the ribbon. What do you think? It's adorbs. Adorb. Alright, so I don't know. What do you think? Do you like this ribbon? This is kind of a light blue with a silver shimmer. Can you see it? I have that one. I've got the white one. And I had a blue one somewhere. This is the white one. I think it must have rolled off the table. I'm losing everything. Alright, I think I'm going to go with this blue one. Because it's super pretty. Oh, here's the other blue one. I have this one. What do you guys think? Tell me! Okay. Those are the three choices. Okay. I don't know if you're answering me. I have a bit of a delay, of course. I'm kind of feeling this one with a... Yeah, I think I'll go for it. Alright, here we go. So, I am not very good at making bows. Just joining and love it. Love the first ribbon. Leslie said the same one. Is this the one you mean? The blue with the silver? I think that's what you mean. I think that's the first one I showed you. So let's see how much we need. Yeah, I think it's going to look really pretty. Let's see if I can push it forward a little bit more so you can see it. Yeah, I think it's good, you guys. Okay. Cut this down a little bit. I don't need it. I'm not going to make a big bow, so we're just going to put it pretty simple. This towards the center. Okay. So before I do that, I need to thread it through the tag. And I'm going to use some adhesive to attach the tag to the board too, so that it doesn't move. I just messed up my ribbon a little bit. Bear with me. This is the one Leslie picked too, I think. Gosh darn it, this thing's, the little wire edge separated from the ribbon for some reason. I can get it back through. cooperating. Let's trim. Okay. It's gonna work. I think. Got it. I think we've got it. Okay. You can teach bows? Oh my goodness, girl. I try, but my husband can make a pretty good bow, I'll tell you. Yeah, my tails are too short to tie a bow now because I had to trim it. All right, so that's my plan. I'm going to check. These are wires, so I can move them a little bit. The glitter is getting everywhere, so you know. And I have some little sticky dots somewhere on my table. I need a bigger table, apparently. And what I can do with these is I can use them to attach the little chalkboard piece to the board. I wish you could see the glitter all over this place. It's not a bad thing. It is snowy, right? Alright, so I'm going to put a couple of these in back of my tag so that it stays where I want it to. That should do it. They're called foam dots. And they have adhesive on both sides, and just their little spongy things that will hold it right there. And we'll have to play with these tails a little bit. Maybe one up, one down, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to switch my screen again so that you can see this full on. And I think it really, really looks good. There we go. Let's know. What do you think? Wow, I think it looks really good. And you guys, again, if this is something that you want, be sure to either let me know or go to my website, which is listed right here, and grab this. This is called Let It Snowman. And you might notice that a lot of our winter Christmas designs and others that I've posted in our Facebook page are leaving the product line really, really soon. Some of them are selling out quicker than people can get them, and they're waiting and missing out on things that they really wanted to. So be sure to check out the list. I think I posted it yesterday or the day before, and grab those things that you know that you want. There are some more things coming out soon, and as soon as I hear what those are, I will also let you know about them. But anyway, I hope you had a great time watching me fumble through this project, as always. And if you are interested in coming to any of my local events or seeing my sales that I have here and there throughout the year, be sure to write VIP in the comments if you're not in that group already, so that we can make sure that you get the information that you need. If you are interested in getting paid to create like I am, please let me know, and I can help you get started as a Chalk Couture designer as well. That chalk box that we can send you every single month, we have a Chalk Couture club. They'll send you an exclusive B-size transfer, which is smaller than the one that we had, but it's a great size to work with. They'll have it sent to your door every month with 2 paste packets in them. It's really fun that we can do those things just exclusively as a club. So that's a good thing to do. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful night. I gotta go watch Us. I can't stop. Hope you all are doing great tonight. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.